January 29th, 2020. My name is Eric Haluzik with All Corners Home Inspections. This is the roof evaluation for the single-family home on Arrowleaf Avenue here in Harrisburg, Oregon. My OG number is 1698. As with all the videos in this report, we request that you view this video as supplemental to the written version of the report to which this video has been attached. At the time of inspection, there were a number of fairly significant reportable challenges with this single-family home's roof. We'll do our best to detail those challenges here. An Oregon home inspection does not include a roof warranty, meaning we make no claims as to this roof's ability to keep water out of the ceiling voids and attic spaces for the living space below. First challenge we'll identify, and this is sort of widespread around the south or front-facing portion of the roof line, is that we're experiencing in some areas fairly significant granular loss. The granular material, the sort of sand that's on the surface of architectural or asphalt-style roof such as this, is primarily there for UV protection. It's also there to protect the areas underneath from small impacts from hail, leaves, sticks, etc. Once that granular material, which in this case can be seen as being this sort of brown and gray accumulation of material, once that material has started to depart, started to lose its grip from the roof line, the areas underneath, which have no inherent UV characteristics, are exposed, and the shingle itself begins to get fairly thin and crack over time. Once enough of this material has left the roof line, you start to experience looseness of the shingles, and in high wind events, these shingles can act like wings and physically lift up. Over time, that lifting activity can create a seam, a perforation, and then the shingle will physically leave the roof line. There's enough shingles that are loose along this roof line that we'd highly recommend an evaluation and possible repair or replacement by a licensed roofing contractor. We have a total of 8 identified exposed fasteners, in this case nails, which are exposed. This would allow small amounts of moisture to penetrate the roof line. And at both the right, which is what we're looking at here, as well as left-hand intersection between the gable and the south-facing gables and the main portion of the roof line, we're noting improper roofing techniques. You can see here, this is the slope downhill. Water could run and would run directly underneath this shingle, and it had the potential to work its way into the interior portion of the attic space. There's a small amount of organic growth accumulation, moss, along the west or left-hand side of the structure, and at a number of locations around the roof line, we're noting that the boots, the rubber item that protects water from penetrating the roof line, are actually breached and broken at a number of locations. Again, this would allow small amounts of moisture to penetrate the roof line and adversely impact the interior portion of the living space. Again, we'd recommend a licensed contractor evaluate this roof to determine whether or not it's time for repair or replacement. This has been Eric Haluzik with All Corners Home Inspections.